bud. How's she going?
This week on iTunes, we'll take a deep dive into the discography of Haywire, we'll get stronger with Rachel Beck, and we'll have a lively chat with members of Magnolia who are busy planting seeds for the next phase of their career. Yous ready, PEI? Let's get her done! Hello, Prince Edward Island. I am your host, Adam Michael James, and you are listening to iTunes for the week of April 14th, 2024. Did you guys see the total solar eclipse this week? I'm in Stratford, but I schlepped out to Nail Pond because all the way up west had the longest stretch of totality, of course, that being the time the moon was fully blocked out by the sun. I'm not gonna lie, y'all, that silly little black disc in the sky with the white ring around it moved the hell out of me. I was pretty much quoting Jodie Foster in Contact the entire time.
So beautiful. I had no idea.
Hope you took the time to experience it. We're spoiled now that there have been 2 solar eclipses in 7 years, but the next time PEI is going to see one is, let me check my day planner, May 1st, 2079. See is there, I guess? I'll only be 2 months shy of celebrating my 110th birthday. You? But you haven't tuned in here, if I can still use that term to apply to a podcast, to hear about eclipses. How about then we refresh your memories about a Charlottetown outfit that absolutely hit the stratosphere in terms of island bands? Not many can make this claim, at least not yet, so you've probably figured out I'm talking about Haywire, who was formed in 1981 by Paul McCausland, Marvin Burt, David Rashid, Ronnie Switzer, and Sean Kilbride. In 1985, their 5-song self-titled LP led to a recording contract, which in turn led to their debut album Bad Boys in 1986. The guys not only grabbed the attention of the whole of Canada, which helped pave the way for future Maritimes acts to find more mainstream success, they caught America's eye as well as they crafted additional albums. I don't have to tell you the hits: Bad Bad Boys, Dance Desire, Black and Blue. They continued touring with acts like Honeymoon Suite and Kim Mitchell, and also continued making records. But because Haywire's sound kept evolving and not pigeonholing itself, their record company started tripping and not doing up proper promotion, including withholding funds for videos. Our boys had to come up with money to produce a clip on their own. Despite American managers wanting to advance their career and an offer from Chrysalis Records, Haywire repeatedly found themselves stymied by their record company and eventually cut ties with them, resulting in their last album being released in 1992. Their 1993 Greatest Hits disc, which said record company put out without the band's green light, doesn't count. Haywire is still together and have been working on new material. They also have shows in New Brunswick and Nova Scotia coming this summer, and while I could play you one of the biggies, well, hell, you can get that on Ocean MX 93.1. We don't do that here. So put on your scuba gear and get ready to do a deep dive into Haywire's 1987 album Don't Just Stand There, which did, incidentally, include the aforementioned banger Dance Desire. Here they are with the album track Affection, which I play in affectionate tribute to Haywire on iTunes.
All this talk is for nothing if we can't get it right. All I know is that the height of love is gone in the night. affection. Oh, that's what I need. Some affection. Some affection. Oh, that's what I need. Some affection. Hey. Some affection. Oh, that's what I need. Some affection. Oh, that's what I need. Some affection. I've never seen a girl so divine. Rolling down the street in 1989. She walks the walk and she shot the clock. Wonder if she has some time to talk. I said I was looking for a good time. She blankly stared an alibi. Oh my, she's gazing into my eyes. Now how I've fallen for her dead, oh, that's why. I've never been to Atlantis, I'm sure. Looking like a mermaid washed up to the shore. I'm happy you gave me a song. Please take me back to 1989. She was proud to show me a marvelous time. I gazed at her pale bluish eyes. She said this life, well, ain't it grand? I simply said that I was her biggest fan. And this love's all I've ever wanted. I dreamed about the future sky, hoping that somebody would show me a sign. Please take me back to 1989. You might think that I'm a fool to believe creepy, crawly, hidden mythology. You see this girl, I know she's the one. Can't wait to spend life with her under the sun. Now look at her, I know she's the one. Hopeful lost under the sun. Made love with her 1,000 times. 'Cause that's just life in 1989.
Going from Haywire's 1987 album, which also had singles out in 1988, you've just heard 1989 from Shipwrecks. They washed ashore with their debut album, Isle of Denial, last summer. And though they've encountered some stormy seas since, most notably having to replace their lead guitarist and drummer, they are now shipshape with a new rehearsal space, and at Station Keeping, working toward a benefit gig that'll be happening May 25th that will also include Powerhouse, Vatir, Swamp, River, and Noise. Thought jumping back to 1987 was vintage AF? Well, it was. That was only the year I graduated high school. But we can do better than that still. How about 1968? That's when the music you're going to hear next was released, and at this point, Neil Matthews was already well into his career. He'd left PEI as a 17-year-old and moved to Oshawa, where he worked for General Motors, but still found time to perform in bands. By 1967, he ditched the job and rolled the dice on making music full-time, ultimately making 2 albums in Toronto. He returned to the island in 1976 and kept recording while running his own music store in Summerside and supporting up-and-coming artists. His 1968 album Beautiful Island was largely covers, but did contain 3 originals, the title track and the 2 you're going to hear now. Both songs clock in at just under 2 minutes each, so why not give you a twofer? The country stylings of Neil Matthews doubling up to create a countrified
isletunes rock block.
Got a crazy feeling in my bones, and I guess I ought to tell you, Mrs. Jones, I had a dream you left me blue. I'm afraid it's coming true. Do you really want to hurt me, Mrs. Jones? Well, little do I sleep at night. More than once I cried, and I was so in love I thought we'd never say goodbye. Now I fear I'm losing all I've ever loved her on, and I got this crazy feeling in my bones. So you think I've been neglecting Mrs. Jones? Can you see he's only breaking up our home? Has my crazy dream come true? Are you in love with someone new? Can he really make you happy, Mrs. Jones? Well, little do I sleep at night. More than once I've cried, and I was so in love I thought we'd never say goodbye. Now I fear I'm losing all I've ever loved her on, and I got this crazy feeling in my bones. Yes, I got this crazy feeling in my bones. I don't let old memories put me down. Forget yesterdays and take this town. Even though I know you cheated, work put down, we're not defeated. Heart, don't let old memories put me down. Let's take a little walk, it's such a pretty night. Now that all the tears have fallen, we should do alright. Notice all the smiling faces, look me up and down. Heart, don't let the memories put me down. I don't let it hurt my foolish pride. Release the happiness you held inside. Can't you see I'm getting stronger? Can't wait around no longer. Let's take another look around. Let's take a little walk, it's such a pretty night. Now that all the tears have fallen, we should do alright. Notice all the smiling faces, look me up and down. Heart, take another look around. Heart, don't let old memories put me down.
A double shot of Neil Matthews on iTunes, starting with Mrs. Jones and concluding with Heart Don't Let Old Memories Put Me Down, both from his Beautiful Island album, both from 1968. Coming up, a Vietnamese guitarist playing a German composition with an Italian name, rockin' with Island Raccoons, and the musings of Magnolia. iTunes is kinda a musical history lesson of sorts, and that's intentional. I like featuring the island's vintage music alongside its more contemporary output. Regular history may not be as entertaining, but this little province is still chock full of it, and therefore it behooves me to pass some along to you via this little segment appropriately called This Week in PEI History. April 1775. A map of PEI was published in England based on the work of Samuel Holland, who surveyed the island over 1764 and 1765. His was the first organized land survey in Canada, and the chart, which divided the island into 67 lots of about 20,000 acres each, not to mention the 3 counties, Kings, Queens, and Prince, still in place today, bore the title, quote, "A map of the island of St. John in the Gulf of St. Lawrence, divided into counties and parishes, and the lots as granted by government, to which are added the soundings round the coast and harbors, improved from the late survey of Captain Holland," unquote. It's amazing they had room for the image. April 17, 1855. Charlottetown was officially incorporated into a city after its initial founding by the French in 1720. Seatown boasted a population of 6,500 at the time of incorporation, and of course it became the birthplace of Confederation just 9 years later.
Bonjour tout le monde, c'est Patricia Richard de Sirène et Matelot et vous êtes à l'écoute de isletunes.
Which guida chicken no comac ula detninge Maui home weske wasik well das walk to deal da way ha way ha way hi ya way ha ya yo way Which guida chicken nun gigamak ula detninge Beb quiche de ma di nok di bak we hai ya yo we ha ya hai we ha ya yo we ha ya hai we ha ya yo Betty Kodiak, Big Mac, Mac Mac. Couchibois. Mississippi, rivière jaune, Beaumont, Ecowacky, back. Couchibois. Ketchum, Kuti, Poutine, rivière Scoto, Big Cove, Big Jack, Petit Mac. Couchibois. Crazy horse, beau soleil, Louis Riel, Jackie Vautour, Estelle Sinat Tour. Hey! Memram cook, ask la memram cook, look, shady, I can make Mac. Couchibois. Marin, coin, caporage, on lac, bec, jack, petit mac. Couchibois. Betty go, jack, petit Kodiak, bec, mac, make mac. Couchibois. Crazy horse, beau soleil, Louis Riel, Jackie Vautour, Estelle Sinat Tour. Horse, beau soleil, Louis Riel, Jackie Vautour, Estelle Sinat Tour. Hey! Couchibois. Betty Kodiak, rivière jaune. Couchibois.
Oda Lakadi from their 2005 album of the same name. That's a medley of, and I know I'm going to botch this, Mawiomi a Oimkowai and Petit Kodiak on iTunes. The former means welcome our friends, and the latter is the place in modern-day New Brunswick where the Mi'kmaq peoples welcomed refugees from Ile Saint-Jean, victims of the Acadian deportation that took place between 1755 and 1764. Despite Oda Lakadi being a francophone group who came together to musically celebrate the 400th anniversary of Acadia, this song is almost entirely in Mi'kmaq, except for one line. Astur c'est notre tour. Now it's our turn. More specific to this podcast now, it's Jorby's turn. He's out of Summerside, and musically he identifies as alternative lo-fi anti-pop. If you don't know what that means, well, you just have to listen to his tracks. He's new to the PEI music scene, but he's already well-versed in fusing hip-hop, rock, and electronica, as you will soon be witness to. He's dropped 2 tracks so far this year, but I'd like to go with what appears to be his debut release from last year. This is Losing on iTunes from the multi-genred Jorby.
You don't know what you got until it's gone. It's been so long, I forgot how to eat hope. It's a big slope, slippery corner and spent all my energy. Now you can say I felt all this coming down. Now it's the same, it's been too long coming now. Scared again, knew what this was coming to. Nothing to say, turns out I still needed you. I'm so damn tired, losing everyone. I just wanna be okay. I don't wanna make new friends so they can drift away. I know I'm wrong for wishing you were in a place where you still needed me, but now it looks like we could fade away from where we used to be. Say that you don't know what you got until it's gone. It's been so long, I forgot how to eat hope. It's a big slope, slippery corner and spent all my energy. Now you can say I felt all this coming down. Now it's the same, it's been too long coming now. Scared again, knew what this was coming to. Nothing to say, turns out I still needed you. I'm dealing with emotions that I'm trying to ignore. I know you're really better off without my support, and I'm glad you're doing better, but I still can't deny that a part of me is sad. You don't need me to survive. I gotta find my way through a big storm, and now I doubt everything, and I'm still torn. Letting go is never where I thought this went, but I can always hold your burden if you come back again. I always say that you don't know what you got until it's gone. It's been so long, I forgot how to eat hope. It's a big slope, slippery corner and spend all my energy. Now you can say I felt all this coming down. Now it's the same, it's been too long coming now. Scared to be, knew what this was coming to. Nothing to say, turns out I still needed you. Don't say that you don't know what you got until it's gone. It's been so long, I forgot how to eat hope. It's a big slope, slippery corner and spent all my energy. Now you can say I felt all this coming down. Now it's the same, it's been too long coming now. Scared to be, knew what this was coming to. Nothing to say, turns out I still needed you. I can see us coming through. I don't know your point of view. Yesterday there was nothing I could do. Nothing to say, turns out I still needed you.
iTunes F-bomb alert!
Sundown, just go crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Faces in the mirror, facing recognition. Disconnected, I can't see myself in the mirror. Fears do rain upon the shelf, so I cannot see who's looking back at me. Mind eye or my new eyes. Who are you? Here to see where the truth lies. Yeah, true. have my soul based on anarchy and love. Hate the way it makes me feel too real, yeah. Faces in the mirror, I can see them very clear, yeah. Faces in the mirror, yeah. Makes me wanna shed a tear. Faces in the mirror, yeah. I can see them very clear, yeah. Faces in the mirror, yeah. Makes me wanna shed a tear.
Yeah. Faces in the mirror, I don't know who to talk to. So many doors be in front of me, don't know what to walk through. Man, I'm my own now, no one I can run to. But I don't wanna run away anyway. Always been a castaway, outcast, just like 3 stacks. Trying to make the stacks so tall, so I can just ball. My mama don't gotta work again, get a big boat like fisherman. For me and my friends, chillin' at the crib, I don't go often. But when I do, I'm hollering at them girls, call it cat calling. But I'm just calling kitty cats back to my home, man. Grand hotel, motel, Holiday Inn, yeah. I don't care if she a girlfriend, it's no hard feelings. How was I supposed to know? It ain't my fault that your girl a hoe. I'm just joking for real though. We know some of y'all belong to the streets though. But I got love for my women, you know my stilo. We taking off our clothes just so we can feel close till she leaves. And I'm on all alone, looking in the mirror, looking at my face though. My face stone cold, heart stone cold. Hard world so cold, I don't know which way that I should go. Oh, 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 oh.
Kilbride from his brand new EP Demons Intertwined. That's Faces in the Mirror with a feature from KM on iTunes. That collection came out on the appropriately off-kilter February 29th, and I say that in the best possible way, as Kilbride falls under the category of psychonaut, which, according to Wikipedia, the source of all knowledge, is one who, quote, seeks to investigate their mind using intentionally altered states of consciousness, unquote. He consistently opens up about his experiences with depression and anxiety in his lyrics, and the writer, producer, and audio engineer believes that we are all one. I'm giving mad props to this guy. As for this next guy, the first time I heard his music was live, actually at an informal gathering at the house of Trevor Lowell Clements of the Barncat Poetry Beat. Trevor likes to invite musicians to his place to either listen to or jam with or both, and when this unassuming fella took out a guitar and started making these particular sounds, my jaw literally dropped. And I don't mean literally in the throwaway way it's used in slang today. I mean, I sat there with my mouth hanging open, and it takes a lot to elicit a reaction like that from me. I'm talking about Frederick Jung Kim Jong, a classical guitarist and instructor from Vietnam who now makes his home on the island. And his ability to inspire awe with his talent isn't limited to being in his presence. It comes through in his recordings as well, so get ready to have your mind blown. This is an arrangement of classical composer Mendelssohn's Canzonetta as played by Frederick Jung Kim Jong on iTunes. Frederick Jung Kim Jong plucking away at Canzonetta here on iTunes. Still to come, Raccoon Bandit takes on Modern Life, Rachel Beck decides which things she should keep, and a literal siren song from Magnolia. We've pretty much finished up spring thaw around here, save for the rare patches of snow still surviving beneath copses of trees, and that advance in the calendar also means many more of our musicians have thawed out their instruments in preparation for the increasing amount of live performances starting to happen on PEI. To that end, it's once again time for me to tell you who's playing where in the next couple of weeks in Gigs to Dig across Prince Edward Island. Thursday, April 18th, it's AC/DC tribute band High Voltage at the Trailside Music Hall. Also on the 18th, Island Jazz, Holland College School of Performing Arts students at Baba's Lounge. Friday, April 19th, Nathan Wiley is at Scott McCauley Performing Arts Center in Summerside. Saltwater Dollies are at the Trailside. And Songs for a Small Planet featuring Amelia May, Justin Time, Teresa Doyle, and Todd McLean. They are all at the Poorhouse on the 19th. Saturday, April 20th, there are 6 shows for me to tell you about, so hang in there. Catherine McClellan is with Amelia May and Justin Time at Copper Bottom Brewing in Montague. Rick Sparks and Danny Druin are at Lone Oak Brewing Company. Liam Corcoran is at Bar 1911 in Charlottetown. Out From Under with Gabriel Minikin is at Baba's Lounge. East Coast Songwriters Tour with PEI represented by Logan Richard is at the Fiddling Fisherman Lookout in Surrey. And closing out April 20th, More Soul at the Trailside. Looking into next week, April 25th, it's Magnolia with Takeda Takeda at the Trailside. Also on the 25th, Holland College School of Performing Arts Music Showcase. That is happening at the Florence Simmons Performance Hall in Charlottetown. April 26th, Poet of the Common Man, a tribute to Merle Haggard featuring Lawrence Maxwell, is at King's Playhouse in Georgetown. And April 27th, it's Nathalie Duguay with the Alyssa Harper Project. It's a bilingual rock show happening at Centre Belle Alliance in Summerside.
Hi, I'm Tamara.
Hi, I'm Loic.
And we're from
The Umbrella Collective.
And you're listening to isletunes with Adam Michael James.
Like a little
This is iTunes, and that was Raccoon Bandit with a cut from their latter output called Modern Life, released in 2018. The Bandits, also known as Fraser McCallum, Roger Carter, Adam Gallant, and Colin Buchanan, first got together in 2008, and by 2011 had made their debut with their record Into the Hills. That was followed by Close Your Eyes in 2015, and Modern Life is just one of the independent singles to come out between 2018 and 2019. Some girls dress up as princesses as children. Some girls play music for princesses after they grow up. That was the honor bestowed on Rachel Beck, who once included their Royal Highnesses the Prince of Wales and Duchess of Cornwall in her audience. And I don't mean the Cornwall you get into after passing Boomburger. Rachel had her self-titled debut in 2018, with her 2020 follow-up, Stronger Than You Know, getting a lot of attention. And by a lot, I mean 3 ECMA nominations and Music PEI's Album of the Year in 2021. So how about we feature a cut from that disc? Here with Things I Should Keep is Rachel Beck on iTunes.
You think you want me, I think you're crazy. I'm breaking things that I should keep. I'm up all night, I can't sleep with you in my head. In my dreams I'm breaking things that I should keep. You say you're leaving, you're gonna get free. Can't fight this feeling, can't fight the gravity. I know, I know, I know, I know, I know, I know, I know I should let this go. Oh, I know, 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 I know. Then you come around and I lose control. I'm breaking things that I should keep. I'm up all night, I can't sleep with you in my head. In my dreams I'm breaking things that I should keep. You think you want me, I think you're crazy. I'm breaking things that I should keep. I'm up all night, I can't sleep with you in my head. You're in my head.
Rachel Beck, proving that her albums are things you should keep, with Things I Should Keep on iTunes. If you're Magnolia the flower, you're either used in an English spice, cooked up as Japanese cuisine, used in Chinese medicine, or harvested as a timber tree. If you're Magnolia the island band, you release an EP, release a second EP, change bassists, and rework your first EP. And that's just scratching the surface of what came to light during my conversation with members of the magnificent Magnolia. Check it out. Now on iTunes, we've got some guys whose band name may be a flowery word, but there's nothing flowery about their hard rock alternative sound. Their latest release, the EP New Day Rising, came out a year ago yesterday, and they're gearing up for their second show this month, this time at the Trailside, April 25th, sharing the stage with Takeda Takeda. They are Magnolia, and they're here for you in the iTunes studio, otherwise known as my basement. Welcome, my dudes. It's awesome to have you here.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you very much.
Happy to be here.
Yeah, same here.
Good, I'm glad. Now, why don't we start by having you guys introduce yourselves and tell us what part or parts of Magnolia you make up.
I'm Yannick. I play drums in the band.
I'm Denis. I'm the lead singer and rhythm guitarist and main songwriter.
Okay, well, we've got two of you, so obviously there's two missing. Who are we missing, and what do they do?
We're missing Zach, and he is our lead guitar player. And we're also missing Isaac, who is our bass player.
Now, in my doing interview prep, I couldn't find a lot about Magnolia online, so let's dig in and let everybody know as much about your band as possible. First, how did you land on the name?
One day, I was out to breakfast with our bass player at the time, and we were just listing off names and just thinking of songs and albums we liked. And then a truck drove by and had Magnolia on it. And we're just like, we like that name. That's kind of where it came from.
Isn't it funny how inspiration strikes like that, just out of random things?
Absolutely out of nowhere.
Yeah. So how did you all get together, and when?
I moved away to Regina in 2019, which is a terrible mistake to make. Don't do it. I came home in 2020, and I went to Superstore one day, and I saw Yannick. And I'm like, hey, man, it's been a long time. We went to high school together. And I'm like, do you want to make a band? And he's like, yeah, let's go for it. And then I met Zach at work. He was the music teacher at the school I teach at. And I'm like, hey, do you want to be in a band? And he's like, yeah, absolutely. And then I'm like, do you know a bass player? And he's like, yeah, my friend James. So James used to be our bass player. And then recently, James moved away, and we are lucky enough to have Isaac in the band now. He's just a friend, and he was super pumped to join us, and we're super happy to have him.
He's pretty talented.
So we got together in late 2020, early 2021, and we've been writing and playing since.
Ever since.
So tell us a little bit more about you guys, just a little bit more about yourselves in general.
I grew up in Stratford, right here. I was born in Yukon, which is like, you told me you were from Alaska.
That's right. So we were practically neighbors and didn't even know
Yeah, I didn't even know it, yeah. And I went to École François Biot, which is like the French school here, where Denis went as well. And that's where we met each other. And played in various bands.
Like how many bands? It's like 7?
A lot. Yeah, it's been a lot of bands, different genres. I used to play in a metal band for a while. So that's a little bit about me there.
I moved here in 2002 from Ottawa when I was in grade 9. And I went to François Biot, like Yannick said. And just, I haven't left the island other than that 1 year, which, again, don't do it. I picked up the guitar probably around the age of like 15. And I played it for years. And I just, when you're young and you don't know what you're doing, you don't feel like you're that great at it. And then I switched to bass for a couple years, and I joined a couple bands. And we only ever played one show, and then I just really got back into the guitar. I just found some inspiration. I just started writing song after song after song, and that's how I got back to the guitar, and that's how we got to this band. And no one else wanted to sing, so it came to me, and
right.
I do a pretty good job, I think.
So you had the first release in 2021, and then more releases in 22 and 23.
Yes.
Now, call me old school, but I love album artwork, and I love it even more when a group or a solo artist has a unified look within either an era of their work or in their overall output. Each of your releases come with the same logo and really awesome artwork. Who designs all that, and was it a conscious decision to go with a cohesive style?
That was me.
You did that?
Yeah.
That's all Denis.
Damn!
I like to fool around in Photoshop. I'm self-trained. I used to build websites when I was a kid for fun, and I used to do all the artwork for them, and make like mixtape cover for my friends. And I had a friend who was a rapper, and I would make stuff for him. And I just kind of started fooling around, and I love our logo. We got it designed by a friend in Ontario, and he just killed it. It's very simple, but it's exactly what I wanted. But the artwork, I just kind of listen to the song over and over, and I know them because I wrote most of them, and I just go for the vibe that I'm trying to generate with that song. And I'm like, is it dark? Is it light? Is it like, how is it supposed to make you feel? And then I just work on it till I find the layers that work properly for me. I love a lot of like burnt out, faded things and color inversion, and like sometimes I'll take like 3 or 4 hours to just come up with a concept, and then 1 or 2 of them just popped out in like 5 minutes.
It happens that way sometimes. Yeah. But the colors are just so sumptuous, if I can use that word. It's just really amazing stuff.
And the other thing is, I love physical media. Like, I was a big vinyl guy for a long time. Lately, I've been back into CDs. They're just way cheaper. Right?
Yeah, they are.
So, like, looking at covers of bands that I really love, I want something that's going to stick out and not necessarily just be like a picture of a band and a logo.
Right, because everybody does that.
Yeah, I want something memorable, something visually appealing.
I am talking with 2 of the members of Magnolia. There are 4 of them here on iTunes. Now, tell us about the show coming up on the 25th with Takeda Takeda.
So that's will be our second show at Trailside. We played there in April of last year, actually, April 13th, I think.
That was your release date. Yeah.
Yes, that it was. Yeah, and we actually played with Takeda Takeda on their debut.
Oh wow!
On their very first show ever. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, and they're really good. They're kind of like very indie. I find like very kind of indie rock.
Yeah,
I guess that's what you
they got a good vibe.
Yeah,
Love
good
it.
vibe.
Does that sort of balance you guys out on stage? You have similar but different stuff going on?
And what we do usually is, depending on what band we play with, we'll always rearrange our set. So, for example, we've played with this band called Echo 7 a couple of times. They're from Moncton.
And they're like new metal, alternative metal.
They're pretty heavy. So usually when we play with them, we'll play all our heaviest songs. You know, to try to fit.
Yeah. Or if we're playing with a band that's a little punkier, we'll play like our more 90s alternative punky stuff.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. We try to fit we're a little bit of a chameleon. We love every kind of music.
Exactly.
Every genre. And we have songs that show that. So we try to adapt our set to kind of support or go along with who we're playing.
And I like diversity a lot, like everything. For example, our song "Doom" is quite heavy.
Yeah,
I think one of our heaviest songs. But then we have some ballads as well, and I like that. I like it's not all. It's like diverse.
I love everything, so I try to put a little bit of everything that I love into my music.
So you had the show at with Sticky Honey.
Yes.
This show coming up is following that. So you're having more shows, it seems like. Is that a sign that you're going to have more shows into the spring and summer?
We would love to. We're reaching out to a lot of venues right now. We're just waiting on them to get back to us. We're possibly playing in Summerside next month. We're waiting on confirmation for that. We have our first away show in July in Nova Scotia at Far Out Fest. We're really pumped for that. It's going to be a great show, and we're hopeful to go play over in New Brunswick this summer as well with the Daily Grind, who just had us with Sticky Honey the other day.
That was the other band.
Yeah.
I knew there was a third band. I just knew they weren't from here. So it's been exactly a year since your last release. Any new Magnolia songs coming in 2024?
There's going to be 2 coming out in the next month, I would say. Ooh. One is a re-release of something we originally recorded on the Meadows EP, This Emotion. I'm really excited to share that one. It's in my top 3 songs. It's really meaningful, and it just sounds killer.
Is it like a reinvented version, or is it just re-recorded?
So basically, we re-recorded everything from the Meadows EP.
And more.
And
we're in the process of finalizing everything so we can hopefully put out an album by the end of the year.
Right.
Hoping by, I'd say October at the very latest, to have a full album out.
As I mentioned before, there's not a lot about you guys online yet. Hopefully there will be after this. But is there anything else that you guys want people to know about Magnolia?
We love music, and we want people to know that, and we just want to share it with people. Like, we want people to get excited about music like we do. I feel like the island really needs... Like, when I grew up on the island, we had, like, such a giant scene, and every night, every weekend, there was music for young people, for older people. It was everywhere, and I'm starting to feel it come back. And we're just really excited to be part of that. And that's what we want Magnolia to be known for. Like, just part of the blossoming scene of music that we have on the island right now.
Speaking of which, I thought it might be fun to play Sirens.
Oh, yes, yeah, okay.
So how about sounding the alarm about what inspired Sirens?
Sirens was a song I wrote when I was going through a lot of stuff. Just after that year away, it was really hard. COVID had hit while I was out there. I had lost a lot of family members to illness, and it was just a difficult time. I had moved to a new city, and it was hard to find good friends out there, and I lived in a really violent area. Like, I had a student try to stab me when I was out there. So I was feeling a lot of anxiety, And Sirens is about that anxiety you feel like when you think things are getting a little bit better, but then all of a sudden it all comes back again, and you can't escape it.
I've been yapping with Yannick Agnon and Denis Dorion.
Oh, oui.
And in absentia, Zach Bernard and Isaac Williams. Now catch all of them live at the Trailside Thursday, April 25th. In the meantime, you can mollify yourselves with Sirens from last year's New Day Rising EP. Guys, it's been kick-ass having you here.
We're super happy to be
Thank
here.
you very much, and thank you for all the music.
No, your podcast is
promoting us
amazing.
and-
So
yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Early morning, alarm screams out in warning. What a day to be alive. Eyes wide open, heart full of hope, and a target in my sights. Burning deep inside of me. It's this desperate dream to be free. It's all I'll ever want and need, but I know that it'll never be. I take off running, the sky's wide open, but then I hear the sirens. They're coming back again. I take off running, eyes wide open, but then I hear the sirens. They're coming back again. I slam the bars, then my heart screams out in torment. My soul begins to die. Mind wide open, mouth full of pain and roaring. Release my anger to the sky. Burning deep inside of me. It's this desperate dream to be free. It's all I'll ever want and need, but I know that it'll never be. I take off running, the sky's wide open, but then I hear the sirens. They're coming back again. Take off running, sky's wide open, but then I hear the sirens. They're coming back again. I take off running, I take off running, but then I hear the sirens. They're coming back again. I take off running, I take off running, but then I hear the sirens. They're coming back again. I take off running. I'm always running, but then.
Uh-oh, sounds like that's the podcast police on the way to compel me to wrap up this episode. But before I do, a bit of housekeeping. First, you just heard Sirens from Magnolia and 2023's New Day Rising EP. Second, if you liked what you heard from them or any of the artists featured in this installment, check out iTunes on Facebook and Instagram because I always post links to where you can purchase the music featured here. Those links are also on the website, altunes.ca. While you're on the site, find the donate link and click it to drop a little or a lot through PayPal. It does cost some loonies and toonies for me to do up the show every week, and everything you contribute goes toward the production of. If you'd like to make a more regular thing out of donating, subscribe through Patreon and get access to exclusive full video versions of the interviews that happen here. That can happen at patreon.com/isletunes. And either way, I truly do thank you. What do you think of the show? Want to comment, maybe make a suggestion or a request? Zap me an email to amj@isletunes.ca or leave a voicemail at 902-807-4250. This also holds if you want to send me a recording of yourself doing an Islanderism to open the show, like Tanya Nicole did to open this one. Musical contribution to the iTunes theme by Kaylin McCauley and John Hashem. Show concept by Rocky O'Neill. Coordination assistance by Jackie Robichaux. I'm Adam Michael James, and that does it for this episode, but next week it's going to be all SOPA all the time. SOPA, as in the School of Performing Arts out of Holland College. Many of the students there have recorded songs that you're going to hear, plus you'll learn more about their big SOPA showcase that's happening April 25th that will feature performances from their musical scholars. SOPA is such an important avenue for young island musicians who want to develop their talent, so you're not going to want to miss that. While we're talking about school, I'm going to close this class by learning you this lesson. Be good. And if you can't be good at it. See you next week.